Hello, and welcome to Fullerton College. You have chosen a great place to continue your education. Please be aware that this presentation includes useful hyperlinks to websites and resources, but these links are not active in this voiceover video. To access the links, please go to the group advising page on the counseling website at counseling.fullcoll.edu. Then, click on Student Resources and select Group Advising in the pop-down menu. You will learn about your academic options at Fullerton College, including the North Orange Promise program, understand your math and English placement class choices, and once you meet with a counselor, they will develop a student educational program plan. Since you will soon have your student educational program plan, you will not need to make an appointment with a counselor until later in the semester. If you change your major or educational objective, then you should schedule an appointment sooner. Appointments are more available around the middle of each semester, September, October, February, and March, prior to the registration period of the following semester. You all should have already completed Step 1, the college's online orientation. Next, you will meet with a counselor. They will provide placement for math, reading, and English, or English as a second language classes, and then develop a student educational program plan. A better registration date may be given to students who have completed Steps 1 through 3. Fullerton College utilizes many factors, which we call multiple measures, to determine the proper placement into your English, reading, and math classes. The following are some examples of multiple measures we use: high school and/or college transcripts, test scores such as advanced placement and international baccalaureate. Students may also self-report if high school transcripts are unavailable. These are not all, but are the primary measures we use to determine the best placement for you into your English or English as a second language and your math classes. Many of you may currently still be in your senior year of high school, so a higher placement in English and math may be possible by showing your second semester grades of your senior year. A passing score on the chemistry proficiency, along with meeting the algebra prerequisite, will allow a student to skip Chem 107F, which is the prerequisite to Chem 111AF. A prerequisite is a class that is required before taking the more advanced class. The chemistry proficiency test is available to take in the assessment center by appointment only. For more information or to schedule a chemistry assessment, visit the assessment website at assessment.fullcoll.edu. Testing is no longer used to determine a student's starting point in math, English, and reading classes. It is done with a counselor. However, testing is still used to help us determine English as a second language placement. English as a second language students can access Fullerton College's ESL Guided Self-Placement and ESL AccuPlacer online by visiting the Assessment Center website at assessment.fullcoll.edu and clicking on the Fullerton College Placement Guide link. All students have the right to enter into university credit level coursework and associate degree credit level coursework in English as a second language. For more information about Math English Assessment, please visit ab-705-IMPLEMENTATION. A student may file an appeal, which is an official request of their class placement for any of the following reasons: review of placement decision by a counselor, if a student wishes to appeal a course placement after consulting with a counselor. A student may also challenge the prerequisite. if a student believes that she or he possesses the skills to be successful in a course despite not having completed the prerequisite. A prerequisite is a required class before taking the desired class. A student must provide supporting documentation. Lastly, a student may appeal by complaint of unlawful discrimination. If a student feels that any part of the matriculation process is being applied in a discriminatory manner. Matriculation means the process of entering into the college. Students seeking a degree and/or transfer to a university will need one of these 3 English classes. English 100F is the standard college writing class, and English 101 is the college writing class with extra support. English 101 is recommended for students who had a high school GPA of 2.59 or lower. English 110 is similar to English 101, but geared towards non-native speakers of English. If you are unsure of which English class to take, you should see a counselor for guidance. For complete descriptions of these classes, view the online Fullerton College catalog at catalogerton.edu/fullerton-college. If you graduated from a high school in the United States with a high school diploma or equal, then you should take English 100F or English 101F. If you prefer to take English as a second language classes, please follow the procedure through the Assessment Center. Each semester, the college offers sections of English 110F that are for ESL students. The ESL class sequence is shown here. After completing ESL 190F, students are encouraged to take English 110F, Enhanced College Writing for Non-Native Speakers, which is a university transfer level class that meets the writing requirement for the University of California and California State University. The ESL department also offers support courses to help students improve grammar, vocabulary, punctuation, and conversation. You can read about these ESL support classes in the online college catalog. Students should discuss their options with their counselor and/or their ESL instructor. Studies have shown that students who read at college level achieve a higher grade point average than students who do not. Therefore, it is highly recommended that students consider taking reading classes, especially when they place below college level reading. Read 142F fulfills the critical thinking requirement towards California State University and University of California admissions. Taking and passing this class is also one of the ways to fulfill the reading graduation requirement for a traditional associate degree. Read 127F has students learning strategies needing to succeed in college. Emphasis is placed on disciplinary literacy, learning literacy, and digital literacy. Each type of literacy is examined in detail, and strategies for reading in each type of literacy are practiced and applied. An integrated approach to navigating and assimilating all 3 literacies for successful college class completion will be developed. Read 127F will prepare students for the demands of college reading in academic subjects. Content area reading, essays, and journal articles will be analyzed with an emphasis on comprehension, general and academic vocabulary enhancement, study skills techniques, critical thinking, organizational structure, and reading within various disciplines. This class also fulfills the reading requirement for a traditional associate degree. Your math placement is entirely dependent on your high school grade point average, the degree you are pursuing, where you intend to get the degree, and other factors. Your major usually dictates what math class you need to take. This slide shows the math classes for many majors that don't require numerous math and science classes. In many instances, you will just need to take one of these classes. Common majors for these math classes are social work, psychology, sociology, art, English, history, and child development, to name a few. For those students wishing to transfer to a university, the math classes you take can be different from one university to the next, even though the major may be the same. Taking the proper math classes is very much individualized and should be planned with a counselor's guidance. A counselor may also suggest support classes like Math 32F, which can help a student succeed in Math 130F Calculus for Business, or enhanced versions of math classes like Math 121F. Keep in mind that the math support classes are not university transferable. Now, let us look at the math courses common for STEM majors. This slide shows the sequence common for STEM majors: science, technology, engineering, and math. Common majors for this include biology, chemistry, biochemistry, engineering, and computer science. These majors require numerous math and science courses. Therefore, it is very important to focus on your math and science courses in order to ensure timely transfer to a university. It is highly recommended that students pursuing STEM majors have completed Algebra 2, Intermediate Algebra, and Geometry in high school. For students wishing to transfer to a university, the math course you take can be different from one university to the next, even though the major may be the same. Taking the proper math class is very much individualized and should be planned with a counselor's guidance. A counselor may also suggest enhanced classes and support programs. There are several student services that you may want to take advantage of to be successful in your math class. Look into which of these is a good fit for you: FC Miles, Math Lab, Academic Support Center, or the North Orange Continuing Education classes. At Fullerton College, you have 4 academic options. 1. You may pursue a certificate which does not require any general education classes, only major-related classes. A certificate may be all you need to enter the workforce in some professions. Examples of certificates are cosmetology, welding, and automotive technology. 2. There are 2 types of associate's degrees. One is based on a special agreement with the CSUs, known as the Associate Degree for Transfer, ADTs, and the other is not. ADT provide benefits to transfer into the California State University system. 3. You may also choose not to pursue certificates or degrees with us and simply complete some of your classes toward a bachelor degree for your university of choice. So remember, certificate programs do not require general education classes, or GE as you will often hear it called, but the other 3 options do require general education. California State University, CSU, and University of California, UC, are public transfer universities and may not admit students who want to earn a second bachelor's degree. If you are thinking about transferring to a CSU or UC, and you already have a degree that is equal to a bachelor's degree, please inform your counselor about this during your appointment while planning your classes. There may be just a few majors that allow students to get a second bachelor's degree, or some CSUs or UCs that allow admission to all majors. Counselors can provide guidance so that students can research more about earning a second bachelor's degree from a CSU or UC, or possibly going for an advanced degree. If you do not share your degree information with the CSUs or UCs, that is considered academic dishonesty on your record, and they will never allow you admission. Our community college system may accept some foreign credit as elective units. Ask a counselor for more details. Fullerton College provides students with 3 general education patterns. One is specifically for associate degrees, known as the Associate Degree General Education Pattern, which is only for non-university transfer degrees from Fullerton College. Another general education pattern that we provide is the California State University General Education Pattern for the CSUs. And lastly, we provide the Intersegmental General Education Transfer Curriculum, or what we call IGETC for short, for the CSUs and UCs. All 3 general education patterns are available through our online catalog at CATALOG.NOCCCD.EDU/FULLERTON/EGE/. Some private colleges and out-of-state schools may accept the CSUGE or the IGETC. Students are encouraged to meet with a counselor to discuss their appropriate general education pattern. Fullerton College offers various types of support to its students, and we want you to be aware of online resources, services, programs, and communities available to you. You may access online student support at fullcoll.edu/students. Some supports you will find include laptop loans, registration tips, Canvas workshops, online frequently asked questions, and Office 365, a web-based service providing Microsoft Office programs. Currently, many classes are being taught remotely or online. However, there are some face-to-face courses during the semester, and new safety measures are in place for those classes. Students enrolling in these classes will directly receive this information from the college and receive instructions from their instructor. You may read more details about these face-to-face courses at corvirus.fullcoll.edu under the heading entitled Student Check-in and Frequently Asked Questions. The college also has a vaccine mandate, which we will discuss later. It is important to note that many classes are being taught online. If a specific class time and date are noted, then the class is taught online and requires online attendance at the scheduled date and times listed for that class section. Classes, which were always intended to be online, may be either entirely online or hybrid, which is online with some in-person class sessions. If you see TBA listed for a class time, this does not mean the hours for the class are to be announced. TBA in this instance means class hours are to be arranged by the student. On August 24th, the North Orange County Community College District Board of Trustees voted to mandate COVID-19 vaccinations for all employees and for students enrolled in on-campus classes with allowances for religious or medical exemptions as defined by law. Those who are not vaccinated will be provided free weekly COVID-19 tests. The due date for students taking on-campus classes and all employees to be fully vaccinated is November 1st. More information is available on the Safety First page and at fullcoll.edu/RETURN. Unlike high school, you make the decisions and have the responsibility to register for classes noted on your student educational program plan. To look for the specific classes you want to register for, you will want to use the class schedule. You may access the PDF online for free via the blue hyperlink seen here. As classes fill, you may wish to use the up-to-date searchable class schedule or the list of open classes in My Gateway. The schedule is usually available a few weeks before the first day of registration. This is an example of the physical class schedule, the PDF. In the PDF version of the class schedule, you will see classes noted in this format. There is the subject, COUN, short for counseling, the class number, 151F. In the upper right-hand corner is the unit amount of the class, and if the units transfer into the CSU and/or UC system. Below the course title is a brief description of the class. If you would like to read the full class description, refer to the Fullerton College catalog available at www.fullcoll.edu under Catalog and Schedule. Be aware that all Fullerton College classes have an F at the end, and all Cypress College classes have a C at the end. Honors classes will have an H before the F or C, and science labs will have an L before the F or C. On a side note, be aware that when enrolling in lab science classes, that the science lecture class should match with the lab class. Students register for the lab class at the same time they input the lecture class, or the lab class can be taken after completing the science lecture class with a C grade or better. Also, Fullerton College students may take Cypress College classes and Cypress College students may take Fullerton College classes. You do not need to apply to the other college, and your registration date is the same for both colleges. When choosing your class, look for a time and date that works with your schedule. Be aware that some sections, like section 21237 shown here, is for students that are in the program listed under the course section. This section is devoted to EOPS and CARE students. If a class has days and times showing, then the course meets on those days at that scheduled time, either in person or online, as noted in the class description. If no days and times are listed, then the class is arranged as the student likes. As classes fill, you may want to search for classes using the up-to-the-minute online searchable schedule of classes. This is helpful because it shows you the capacity of the class, the actual number enrolled, remaining seats, and the number of people on the waitlist. I would like to point out the note that states further details about each class is available by clicking the CRN, Class Registration Number, link. When you click on the blue CRN hyperlink of the class, you will see additional information. Upon clicking on the blue CRN hyperlink, it is common for online and hybrid classes to have information about how the class meets and is conducted. Clicking on the CRN hyperlink will also show that some sections of the class are for specific programs, like the Puente program, and only students participating in that program are eligible to enroll in that section. The CRN hyperlink will also show important dates for the class, like the last day to add the class and the last day to drop a class with a refund. Please note that English 103 is an example of a class that has prerequisites. A prerequisite is a class that is required before taking the more advanced class. One of the main challenges adjusting to college from high school is the amount of study time that is necessary. Let me share a general rule to determine how much you should study. Here is an example for a full-time student. 12 units equals 12 hours of time in class per week. You should double the units to determine how many hours per week you should devote to studying. So, in this instance, it is 24 hours of time studying. When study time and class time are added together, it comes out to 36 hours per week. That's almost 40 hours a week. Being a full-time student is a full-time job. If you work full-time, consider taking 6 to 8 units a semester to ensure class completion and to keep your GPA in the higher range. Speaking of class completion, let's talk about how to stay in good standing at the college. It is best to take only the amount of classes that you can complete each semester. A student must complete at least 50% of their total units at the college to avoid being placed on progress probation. 2 consecutive semesters of being below 50% success rate will lead to scholastic dismissal. To avoid academic probation, keep your grade point average, GPA, at 2.0 or higher. 2 consecutive semesters of being below a 2.0 GPA lead to scholastic dismissal. If a student is dismissed from the college, they will usually be required to take a semester off and will have to file a petition for readmission to ask to be readmitted. Please be aware that to receive federal financial aid, a student needs to be at a 2.0 GPA or higher and must have completed at least 67% of their total units attempted. So, federal financial aid has a higher unit completion needed than does the college. Also, attending less than full-time will qualify you for less aid than if you are full-time, but will extend the amount of years you will qualify for federal aid. Keep in mind that certain programs may require you to be a full-time student. The counseling department does not send your student educational program plan to you directly. It has your private information on it. You may access your SEP in your student portal. Shown here is a visual description of how to access your SEP in DegreeWorks within My Gateway. This is what your electronic student educational program plan looks like when you log into DegreeWorks to view it. If you are currently enrolled in the class, then you will see the words "On Track" to the left of the class. If you have yet to enroll in the class, you will see the word "Warning, This just means you are not yet enrolled in the class, so no need to be alarmed. The North Orange Promise program offers free tuition and health-free coverage for eligible full-time students and provides enhanced registration services. To be eligible for the North Orange Promise program, you must be a first-time college student and California resident, or AB 540, maintain full-time enrollment of 12 units or more each fall and spring semester, complete a financial aid application, FAFSA or California Dream Act, and complete the Fullerton College Financial Aid Office Next Steps. Meet with a counselor to review your student educational program plan, go over academic, career, and transfer goals, and create a comprehensive SEP within the first year. Maintain a 2.0 or higher GPA, and complete at least 67% of attempted units at Fullerton College. High school GPA does not affect eligibility. Visit promise.fullcoll.edu to get started. Be aware, the Promise program is different from the Promise Grant. If not attending full-time, you may still qualify for the Promise Grant, depending on household income. For Promise Grant questions, please contact the Financial Aid Office. If you completed the free application for Federal Student Aid, FAFSA, you are automatically considered for the Promise Grant. Career education, formerly called Career Technical Education, refers to classes and programs that provide hands-on training while building the comprehensive skill sets needed for success in the jobs of today and well into the future. If you took any career education classes in high school and/or through ROP, Regional Occupational Program, you may be eligible to receive college credit toward our career education programs. Examples of these programs are accounting, automotive technology, biotechnology, business, child development, construction, computer science, criminal justice, photography, and drafting. Please alert your counselor if you have taken any career education classes. The Counseling Center offers a variety of services, including Counseling Center appointments, which are available throughout the year at the Counseling Center. The best time to see a counselor are the months of September, October, February, and March. General information, GI, drop-in sessions, which are for quick 5 to 10 minute questions and prerequisite clearances. No appointment is needed for a drop-in general information session. We also offer e-advising for general questions, which do not require review of documents. No appointment is needed for e-advising. You may connect with us by phone at 714-992-7084 or by visiting our website at counseling.fullcoll.edu and clicking on the Ask Us tab on the right-hand edge of the website. For hours of operation, visit the Counseling Center website. Here are some tips and things to do. Fill out your free application for Federal Student Aid, FAFSA, at www.fafsa.ed.gov. You may qualify for California College Promise Grant via your FAFSA, which exclusively covers your $46 per unit cost. Students are responsible for all other fees. You can locate your registration appointment in My Gateway. It is also emailed to you by Admissions and Records. Be aware of waitlist procedures when registering for classes. Use fullcoll.edu/DIRECTORY to locate instructors to ask to attend the first class meeting. Attendance may be online. If space is available, the instructor may give you an ad code at the first class meeting. To avoid being dropped from classes, pay your fees immediately. Attend your first class sessions on time to avoid being dropped from the class. Remember, it is the student's responsibility to drop classes they do not attend. And finally, take advantage of programs and services by clicking on the hyperlink that reads Services/Programs. It is best to register for classes as close to your scheduled registration date as possible to have the best chances of getting into the classes you want. These 10 steps will guide you through the class registration process. If you are having trouble registering for classes, feel free to contact the Counseling Center for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it, and thank you for choosing Fullerton College.